Hey guys, City here. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Talk. Today I'm going to review Chapter 2 of Dragon Ball side story, The Case of Being Reincarnated as Yamcha. If you haven't seen my review of Chapter 1 yet, I recommend watching it first. Now, I don't consider myself a nerd, but while reading this chapter, I may have had a full-on nerd spasm. The flashback of Yamcha's was just plain awesome. Seeing Yamcha go to Namek, something I've wanted to see for years, was almost too much to bear. While I still would have preferred Yamcha getting the power boost after the fight with the Saiyans, the execution of it makes it hard not to like. They even had Yamcha train with Nail, something I hadn't even thought of. Yamcha forgetting that the Saiyans arrive early is a small detail that I enjoyed. After 12 to 13 years of living in this universe, forgetting some minor details is understandable. The use of the Dragon Balls also provides a potential plot point should the Namekian Dragon Balls be needed shortly. One of my favorite moments was when Yamcha states, "I'm no longer just your ordinary Yamcha." Oh yeah, with quotes for that. A clear reference to Team 4 Star. Or just bad translation. It's hard to tell. Moving on, to Yamcha preparing to fight the Saiyans, the recreation of the over 8,000 scene, only with Yamcha at 10,000, may have been fan service, which I usually dislike, but in this instance, I was okay with it. Nappa was aghast at the number, thinking it must be a mistake. Yamcha comfortably tells him that the number was accurate. Nappa, predictably, attacks Yamcha without second thought, and, of course, is easily killed. The way Nappa was portrayed is exact to his character, and Yamcha so easily dealing with is cool, shows off Yamcha's new power. Still, this power is not enough to win against Vegeta alone. We then fast forward to perhaps the best part of the chapter. Yamcha and Goku working together to defeat Vegeta. Seeing this was amazing. Yamcha being able to fight alongside the main protagonist and actually contribute is something I've waited to see for years. We even get to see Yamcha and Vegeta fight one-on-one while Goku waits for an opportunity to strike. With Vegeta defeated, Yamcha does what anyone would do, yell out in celebration. However, just as he's celebrating the win, a strange sound is heard. The sound turns out to be Vegeta's space pod racing away from the Earth. Yamcha is not about to let Vegeta go and prepares to shoot him down, despite Goku trying to convince him otherwise. However, just as he was about to fire, he realized what he was about to do was wrong. He wouldn't be just killing a villain. No, killing Vegeta would prevent his future as a hero willing to protect the Earth, and it would also prevent Trunks' existence. This moment of clarity for Yamcha is quite powerful. After spending over a decade preparing for this moment to selfishly guarantee his own happiness, the fact that he was able to put this aside and do what is right shows major character growth. This is clearly not the same person who woke up as Yamcha all those years ago. It makes the character more relatable and ultimately changes my opinion on the idea of this person not being the real Yamcha for the better. For the final scene, we travel to the lookout, where we have Kami talking to himself about what had just transpired. While it's mostly just a recap, we did get one interesting bit of information when Kami says, quote, I wonder if Yamcha had noticed. Among his allies, there's another being who holds the same key as himself. End quote. Now, I will admit that when I was first reading this, my mind jumped to the wrong conclusion. I immediately thought of the meme of Yamcha being Gohan's real father and thought, did Yamcha do something he's not telling us? Of course, I only considered this for a moment, and the very next panel revealed that someone else had been reincarnated besides Yamcha. The question now is who? Since they're likely evil, I would like it to be Gohan. I mean, think about it. Seemingly young and innocent child being a major villain. That would be awesome, but also highly unlikely. Instead, I believe it is Tien. Not only is the sweat in the same place on both Tien and the silhouette, but other than Yamcha, Tien is the most shafted human fighter. Now, final grade for this is an A+. Not only does this chapter continue to respect the source material and do Yamcha's character justice, it fixes any complaints I had with the first. The time skips suddenly don't matter to me anymore. My skepticism of the character being a different person originally has faded as the character is no longer just the guy who became Yamcha. Instead, he has become his own character and a very compelling one who I am invested in now. The story even managed to expand on the reincarnation plot point, rather than just ignoring it. Overall, this chapter managed to change my opinion, something that doesn't happen often. So for that, this rating is well deserved.